Hello, dear students. Welcome back to the channel all about biology. I'm back again with another exciting video because in today's video we are going to study about bonding. So, bonding is the process of development of a close relationship between people, and bonds also hold up our relations together. But they are very important at molecular level too, because bonds hold together the building blocks that make up a strand of DNA. And DNA is important for all living organisms because it holds up the information for inheritance, coding for proteins, and genetic instruction guide for life and its death. So, from the simplest microorganism to the giant trees and animals that inhabit the earth, all rely on DNA for their existence. So today we are going to study bonds which are holding up this important structure together. The chemical bonds are of two types. One is ionic bond, which is formed by the complete transfer of electrons between atoms. And the second one is covalent bond, which is formed by the sharing of electrons between atoms. So when we talk about electrons, we must know about the arrangement of electrons in the atoms. So there are shells around the nucleus, and in the first shell there are two electrons. In the second shell there will always be eight electrons, and in the third shell there can be up to maximum of 18 electrons, but an atom would be stable if it would have 8 electrons in the outermost shell. So, one compound which is formed as a result of the transfer of electrons between atoms is sodium chloride. Now, sodium, it has one electron in the outermost shell. It would give its one electron to chlorine, and as a result, positive and negative charges would be generated, which would attract each other as a result of electrostatic force of attraction between the oppositely charged ions, and the compound which will be formed would be called as ionic compound. In this case, the compound is sodium chloride. So here's the structure of sodium chloride. Now, sodium atom has 11 protons and 11 electrons, and they are arranged as such, like there are 2 electrons in the first shell, 8 in the second. Now 8 plus 2 is 10, and 1 is left, which is in the last shell. So chlorine atom's atomic number is 17, which means that it has 17 protons and 17 electrons, 2 in the first shell, 8 in the second shell. Now 8 plus 2 is 10, and we are left with 7 electrons. So 7 electrons will go into the valence shell. Now 1 electron from the sodium atom's outermost shell will be donated to the valence shell of chlorine. As a result, both of them would have 8 electrons, which means that both of the outermost shells of sodium and chlorine will be complete. But as a result, sodium atom would develop a positive charge because it has lost one electron, and it has been converted into sodium ion. And when the chlorine atom has gained this electron, it has developed a negative charge on it, which means that it has been converted into a chloride ion, because now it has 18 electrons. So one extra electron. And now both of these opposite charges will attract each other as a result of a force which is called as electrostatic force of attraction. The bond which will be formed between them will be called as ionic bond, and as a result sodium chloride will be formed. Now the second type of bonding is covalent bonding. So a covalent bond is a chemical bond which results from the sharing of electrons between two atoms. Now, this is the example of a compound which is carbon dioxide, which is formed as a result of sharing of electrons. Now, let's dive into the detail of the formation of this compound. Now, there are two oxygen atoms which have 8 electrons and 8 protons, 2 in the first shell and 6 in the second shell. Now, each oxygen atom wants 2 more electrons in its outermost shell. And there is one carbon atom which has 4 electrons in the outermost shell. So carbon atom needs 4 more electrons in its outermost shell to complete it. And oxygen needs 2 more electrons. So the first oxygen atom will move closer to the carbon atom, and it would share its 2 electron with carbon, and carbon will also share its 2 electron with this oxygen atom. As a result, the outermost shell of this oxygen atom is completed. Now the second oxygen atom will move closer, and it would share its remaining 2 electrons, and carbon atom will also share its electrons with this oxygen atom. So if we count, then the outermost electrons of all of these three atoms is complete and carbon dioxide molecule is formed. Another example of covalent compound is water molecule, which is formed as a result of covalent bonding. Now hydrogen, it has only one electron in its outermost shell and it requires one more electron. So oxygen, it has six electrons in the outermost shell and it requires two more electrons to complete its outermost shell. Now this hydrogen and oxygen atom will come closer to each other. Now as you can see that the electron of hydrogen is revolving around oxygen and one oxygen electron is also revolving around the nucleus of hydrogen. So it is fulfilling the outermost shell requirements of both of these electrons. So this first hydrogen atom has got its outermost shell completed, but this oxygen atom still needs another electron to complete its outermost shell, and that electron will be provided by the second hydrogen atom. And as you can see that the outermost shell of all of these three atoms is completed, and as a result, water molecule is formed. So with that, it ends today's video. But if you like this video, you have to subscribe the channel for more videos. Allah Hafiz.